Alright, this is a recording regarding the installation of Lineage Operating System. I have a Moto G7, another name for it is XT19, I'll say that again, XT1962-1. I believe it's the 7th generation of Moto G. But anyway, mainly I have to have the stock ROM, meaning the Android operating system, that on the phone and functioning, and the phone calls and texts need to be sent and received by the Android operating system before I do anything else. If I ever have a problem with making that so, there's a thing on the internet, I forgot the exact name. It's called Rescue, and it's done by Lenovo regarding Motorola products. You go there and you download you put in the information regarding your device, and I ended up downloading a firmware. The firmware is the actual software that is put on a phone. I believe it includes the operating system and the apps. So I downloaded the firmware for my phone. It picked it for me. The program did. The Rescue did. And it also downloaded something regarding fast boot. Now I was able to get these files off of using a file manager off of my Windows 10 computer. They were actually stored inside of the Windows 10 hard drive. But there's a password regarding the I think fastboot. I got to find that password, see if I can find it somewhere, because it won't let me go inside unless. But I do have supposedly the firmware now. But mainly what I do, if I have a problem, the phone locks up or something, I can go there and their software will fix it. So my phone will be reinstalled with the original firmware. So anyway, now I need to make sure I have that. And I also need to make sure I have ADB and fastboot. I think there's some SDK or something. I need to have a version. I think it has to be 1.0.3 and above. I had 1.0.2. In order for sideload to work, this command called sideload, I have to have ADB version of at least 1.0.3. So sideload did not work. So I have to get that. Now, if something occurs, what I ended up doing was in the recovery, the Lineage recovery, I was able to apply update of the Lineage version 22-2 or something. And I applied it, and then I went back in there and applied it again. The first time the text didn't work. It didn't register the SIM card when I actually was running the system. When I booted the system, and the Lineage installed and everything was already installed, it wouldn't do anything. Didn't recognize the SIM. There was a SIM card in it. It just didn't recognize it. So I went back into the recovery of Lineage and I applied the update again of the firmware, LOS firmware, Lineage Operating System, and this time it actually worked. So that's not the normal way of doing this. You're supposed to use side load, but that's the way I did it, and I was able to get it. Now I still have to get an updated version of ADB and fastboot because I have to install Magisk. That would provide root access, so I can install AF Wall Plus and other things that require root access. Now, there's a program called, when I download the Lineage for my phone, it provides a zip and also a boot.image and something else. The boot.image is the actual, I think, the recovery, Lineage Operating System recovery. So make sure you have that. That's what they're referring to in the instructions when they say boot.image. It's one of the 3 programs you downloaded when you download the Lineage from lineage.org. Don't get it anywhere else, okay? Don't. What else? TWRP, Team Win Recovery Project, is not used at all. I believe it will malfunction anyway. So do not. The designer of the program, who of the Lineage operating system, did not think that TWRP was going to be used. So don't use it at all. Everything you have should be available. Now, with the instructions, which I'm showing you right here, this is just step 4 out of 8, and this is here's steps. It's another step. So I just hit the forward and next button, and this is step 7. So mainly, just go to it. I think it says. So these are the steps one would do to install stuff on your phone. What else? If things are not being done right, if things don't turn out the way they're supposed to, it's probably because of an error. Something I did wrong. What else? I think this probably provides everything that one needs. If your phone does become hard bricked, meaning there's no reaction if you squeeze buttons, if you do anything at all, it's just a blank screen. What you do is you get a blank flash, and then you install the blank flash. I think there's a type of file called batch inside of the the blank flash folder. Inside the folder of the blank flash, I think there's a blank flash folder, and inside of there's a type of file called batch. I think you run that, and it will actually, it will actually make your phone work again. But the problem is that you better have the right blank flash for your phone. Mine, I was able to create a blank flash for my phone. I had 2 other blank flashes, and I took stuff out of one, and then I took 2 blank flashes and made a third one, which actually worked with my phone. And it has been posted on XDA developers, I think. So look, but that's not the only place you might be able to find a blank flash. I don't understand it too well. I just kind of was gladly able to pull it off. If it's already hard bricked, there's not really too much bad you can do to it. So you can, that was my attitude, and that's what I did, and it woke up. I think I took a blank flash for some other Motorola product, and then I took another one, and I just pulled something out, and I took a piece from another one and shoved it back into the location, which I removed the stuff from the other program. See, I had two programs, took a piece out of one of the batch folders, and then I took a piece from the other batch folder from another program, and I took that piece out and put it into the first one, and was able to create a new batch folder, which worked. So there's a lot of trial and error, and but that pretty much sums it up. I don't want to have to go to Rescue, Lenovo's Rescue, in order to fix my phone, though. So that's something else I'd like to straighten out, so I don't have to go there in case they discontinue it. And so mainly just if you're uncertain, read over what you're looking at, and if you can't quite get the side load to work, check out which version you have, and then read the screen on the phone that when you're in the Lineage Operating System recovery. Read the screen. It might tell you, hey, that you're supposed to have this version minimally. That's how I found out, by the way. It said you have to have. I was like, oh gosh, I don't. And then I went and checked the version I had. Nope, it wasn't. It wasn't. It was a lower number, the one I was using. No wonder side load didn't work. So, okay, I think that covers it. You got to use the Lineage version that was created for your phone. You can't use another one. Just do it. The steps it has, it says steps 1 through 8. Just do them. Take your time. I use Windows 10. I think XP would work just fine, but make sure you have the required stuff. If you think it's going to take a couple hours, give it 10. Okay. And if you're having a trouble, just put it aside, or just keep on working on it, whatever. And you can put it away and say, hey, this is a work in progress. And the best thing to do is have a phone that you can put the SIM card in, an old phone or whatever. In case your phone becomes a problem, you can stick that SIM card into another phone and still have a phone, okay, until you get the one you need fixed. Okay.